What's up, everybody? J Heat Sports Media coming at y'all again with that fire, spitting the hot topics and getting the sports conversation started. Y'all know what I talk about: football, basketball, and boxing. And if you've been paying attention, I'm in football right now, football mode, talking about the top 25 quarterbacks in NFL history. It's time to start that list. Let's get into it, going from 25 and counting up to number 1. Here we go. All right, here we go. Counting down the top 25 quarterbacks in NFL history, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm counting down 25 to number 1. And for this video, we just focusing on 25 down to number 22. So I'm going to give y'all 4 names to think about. Let me know if you've heard of these guys. If you have, let me know if you agree. Should they be on the top 25 list in your opinion? If you haven't, look them up. Learn the history of the NFL and the quarterbacks that have come through this league. At number 25 for me is Randall Cunningham. Now, Randall Cunningham was ahead of his time to me. He was a dual threat quarterback, as they would say these days, meaning he could run and throw the football at a time where pocket passing was at a premium and a time where you didn't get as much credit for being a guy that could run. But Randall had an arm too. He could sling that thing 70, 80 yards down the field. But he also was a heck of an athlete. And his coach at the time, Buddy Ryan, built the offense around Randall being able to scramble. Sometimes his throwing numbers were down because of that, but he could throw the football. And like I said, he's a pioneer to the quarterbacks we're seeing coming into the league today, but he was doing it back in the 90s. A 3-time All-Pro, so that means in his career, even in an era where he was considered not necessarily the best type of quarterback because he scrambled as much as he did, but he was still considered one of the 2 best quarterbacks in the league 3 years of his career. Played for the Philadelphia Eagles. Randall Cunningham, look that name up. He's number 25 for me. At number 24, paying some homage to the guys that were pioneers of this position in general, Norm Van Brocklin. Norm Van Brocklin, he played for the Rams back in the 50s, if I'm not mistaken. He played for the Rams and then played for the Eagles for a little bit. Norm Van Brocklin was not only a pioneer of the game, that was back when quarterbacks, while they were an important piece, the name of the game was running the football. So running backs were just as valuable as quarterbacks. But Norm Van Brocklin was named to the 50s All-Decade team, one of the 3 best quarterbacks of the 1950s, a 2-time NFL champion back before the Super Bowl was around, before the merger. He was an NFL MVP, again, during a time where running backs got that award a lot too. He was named NFL MVP, and he was also a 4-time All-Pro. So one of the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL at the time, 4 times in his career. Norm Van Brocklin, number 24. At number 23, another guy even earlier in the 1940s, Sid Luckman. Some people older than me would put this guy up even higher on the list. But again, that's back in the day where running was more of a premium than throwing. Sid Luckman played for the Chicago Bears, was a 4-time champion for the Chicago Bears back before the Super Bowl days in the 40s. He was also an NFL MVP like Norm Van Brocklin and a 6-time All-Pro. 5 of those first-team All-Pro, which means he was the best quarterback in the league 5 times during his career, which he only played a little over a decade. So that's most of his career. Sid Luckman. Make sure you look that name up as well, on the All-Decade team for the 40s. Got him at number 23. At number 22, I'm coming back to the 90s. A guy by the name of Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly, the best quarterback in my opinion to play for the Buffalo Bills that I know of, a guy I got to see on TV all the time as a kid. Led the Bills to an unprecedented 4 Super Bowls in a row. Now his team, his offense was nice. He had Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed. They had decent coaching. but Jim Kelly was the engine. He was the best player, the leader of that team, in my opinion, although Thomas and Reed were some beasts too. He was a all-pro twice in his career, if I'm not mistaken. And leading the team to 4 straight championships, to the Super Bowl 4 times in a row, is crazy. It would have been nice for him to get a W. That probably elevated him on this list to be a Super Bowl champion. But those squads he played against in the 90s, the Washington Redskins, Dallas twice, they were juggernauts back then. And the only one where he probably should have got would have been against the New York Football Giants, which we know he came up short in that one too. But that's number 22 down to 25. We counted up though. Let me know what you think about this first 4 in my list of the 25 and who you think maybe should get bumped out. And don't tell me it's just because they played back in the day. Give me some good reasons, somebody I'm not thinking about, or some legitimate reason other than you just didn't see him play. All right, holla at you. All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is and you know what you're looking for. J Heat Sports Media. Remember to like, subscribe, or hit that bell. Get at me in the comments. Let's go back and forth on YouTube, Instagram as well, at DeVaultJMU414 on Twitter. And of course, what's up TikTok? Holla at y'all next time.